証拠を提出しろ。そんなはずない。聞かないぞ。認知できん。濡れ衣だ。証拠を提出しろ。聞かないぞ。濡れ衣だ。投票反対。証拠を提出しろ。そんなはずない。聞かないぞ。認知できん。濡れ衣だ。証拠を提出しろ。聞かないぞ。濡れ衣だ。空気が乱れる。投票反対。認知できん。濡れ衣だ。空気が乱れる。証拠を提出しろ。証拠を提出しろ。
これで証明するよ。今までの僕の考えが当たってるなら、桑田君は壊れた自分の電子生徒手帳を桑田君のものと交換してるはずなんだ。だからここでみんなの手帳を確認し合わない。そうすれば。
その必要はねえよ。ああ、そうだ。俺が殺したんだよ。
And somehow I still got an A rank on the entire trial. Thank you.
そうだ。何を言ってるんだ。
もうここまで来たら諦めるしかねえだろう。おい、モノクマ、始めてくれよ。投票タイムってやつをよ。
ラジ
待て。待ってくれ。
ャーです。待ちません。ではお待ちかねの投票タイムを始めます。さて、投票の結果黒となるのは誰なのか。その答えは正解なのか不正解なのか。さあどうなんだ。
Yes, it is so. The Blackened that killed Chihiro Fujisaki was
じゃじゃーん。
Mondo Odawa. But why?
まったくもう。
In case you were wondering, the vote was not unanimous. Kyotaka chose the wrong answer. Oh, he's gonna get killed alone. You're treading very close to the danger zone, Mr. Ishimaru. You need to be more careful.
No.
I refuse to believe it. There's no way. No way he would kill someone.
すまねえ。
Why are you apologizing? Why? Why? Why did you do it?
では
Well, it looks like Mondo's taken a vow of silence, so allow me to explain on his behalf.
実は
The story of the murder this time is the sad story of two men.
は
Oh, but for anyone who doesn't really want to hear it, you can hit the control key to fast forward the text. I'm breaking the fourth wall. I want to know why. So it sounds like this is pretty heavy, so skip to the shown time if you don't want to hear it. We good? Those of you who stayed want to hear it? Okay, on we go. Anyway, there was once a young boy, and his name was Chihiro Fujisaki. He had an extreme inferiority complex regarding his own lack of strength. You're so weak, even though you're a boy. He'd heard things like that as long as he could remember, and he couldn't overcome his weakness. On the contrary, he tried to hide and buried himself further and further into that weakness, to take on the fragile form of a petite young girl. He had chosen that as his way out. Now nobody will be able to say anything about even though you're a boy. But no matter how tightly he wrapped himself in that shell, the inferiority complex had already taken root deep inside him and was not so easily weeded out. As it turned out, the shell was completely empty. The complex didn't disappear. Instead, it only grew stronger and stronger. I'm weak. Once the killing game had begun, he had no choice but to accept this fact. After all, this world is survival of the fittest. If you're not strong, you don't survive. And then the lovely and hateful Monokuma announced the revealing of the embarrassing secrets, which of course included Chihiro's embarrassing secret, which I was more than willing to divulge. Even though he dresses like a girl, Chihiro is actually a boy. That was something Chihiro couldn't let anyone find out, no matter the cost. If that was revealed, it would be the end. The hardened shell would crack, the armor would fade away. Without a doubt, those around him would torture him more than ever before. Everyone figured being thrust into such a dilemma must have sent him spiraling into despair. And yet... I don't really want to talk about it right now. But I also don't want to leave things the way they are, so maybe I can talk about it later. After I try my best to become strong, then I can tell everyone. Annoyingly, he used the thread of discovery to motivate himself to become stronger. Now's my chance. I'm going to get stronger and accept who I am. Strong enough so that when someone says, even though you're a boy, I'll be okay. I'll get better. With that thought at the front of his mind, he resolved to take immediate action. And so, that day he made the commitment to begin exercising. He was prepared to retain his body and mind. But sadly, that would be the first and only chance he would get at it. When he decided to start exercising, he thought it would be good to ask for someone's help. But he wanted to tell that person his secret first, and then asked them to help him from there. And the person he went to... It was me. Yep, it sure was. The biker Gainville had been painfully clear about how important his manly promises were. So Chihiro probably figured that even if he confided in Mondo, his honor would make him keep the secret. Plus, Mr. Macho Mondo was a very symbol of a strong man that Chihiro had always aspired to. Maybe talking to Mondo about it will give me some courage. So he went and asked Mondo to help him become strong. That was his aspiration. And he thought that only with Mondo's support would he ever be able to come close to that. So then, that must be why Mondo did what he did, to keep the promise he'd made to Chihiro. Did what he did? You mean, that's why Mondo carried Chihiro from the boys' locker room into the girls' locker room? Yes, that's exactly what I mean. Wasn't that to cover up what he'd done? That could have been part of it, but I don't think that was the main reason. The real purpose was to keep the promise between men he'd made to Chihiro. But how does moving the body keep a secret? Because if everyone knew he'd been killed in the boys' locker room, then everyone would have been arguing about how she got into the boys' locker room, right? Once that started up, at least a few of us would have immediately begun to suspect his identity, so he tried to protect Chihiro's secret by putting him in the girls' locker room and stealing his handbook, see? Then Mondo did all that to keep the promise he'd made to Chihiro, who he'd also killed? Why would he do that? The more I hear you talk, the more I don't understand. I mean, you guys trusted each other, right? So why? Why did you? Because no matter what, I didn't want anyone to know.
やっぱり
So that's what triggered it after all. The possibility of having your embarrassing memories and secrets exposed.
なんだと
That's impossible. Nothing could have been that bad. Something he didn't want anyone to know, even if it meant killing someone?
そんなはずない
It's impossible.
何度も言わせるな。
How many times must I repeat myself? To judge others by your own standards is the height of folly. Even if you can't comprehend it, he obviously can. That's all there is to it.
うぷぷ
Well, while we're on the subject, why don't I tell you? The embarrassing memory that he didn't want anyone to know.
あのね
You know what Mundo did? He killed his own brother!
うぷぷ
Mundo, the ultimate biker gang leader, makes all the hoodlums and riffraff across the country tremble. But the only reason he had the chance to join a gang in the first place was because of a certain someone.
うぷぷぷぷ
Mundo's older brother's name was Daya Ora. Mundo had nothing but respect for him. It was because of Daya that Mundo ever got on a motorcycle. Mundo's brother was his only family growing up. He was the only one Mundo could trust or respect. He wanted to measure up to his big brother, so he imitated him in everything he did. Mundo was the epitome of the starry-eyed kid brother. Meanwhile, the charismatic older brother had put together a local motorcycle gang. But before anyone knew it, it had grown into the biggest biker gang in the country. Daya, the older member, number one in the gang. And his number two, his younger brother Mundo. In the beginning, everything was peaches and gravy. But when Mundo started to think about how he would have to take over the gang from his brother someday, his brother's greatness, his reputation, began to gnaw on Mundo's very soul. The kid's gonna take over for Daya, huh? Daya created this gang with his bare hands. Mundo's just along for the ride. Can someone like that really be our leader? All that'll do is make the gang look bad. Almost every day, Mundo heard the gossip and whispers of the other members of the gang. Which is why...
俺は
Gotta get stronger. Stronger than Daya. Once. Just one time. No matter what, I gotta win.
ざけやがってクソが
Don't care what it takes, I gotta come out on top. And on the night of his amazing brother's retirement ceremony, Mundo challenged him to a street race. But during that race, tragedy struck. The kid brother pushed ahead with reckless abandon, eager for victory, and dashed into oncoming traffic. But suddenly... Laying in his kid brother's arms, the older brother delivered his final words. My bad, kid. I fucked up. Sorry. Of course he knew it was his brother's fault, but Daya never blamed him for what happened. Hey kid, the rest is up to you. No matter what, you gotta keep the gang together. Because it's the team you and me put together. It's a promise between men.
うぷぷ
He decided to hide the truth of what happened from everyone else in the gang, in order to keep the gang together and to keep the promise to his brother. He could never admit anyone that it was his own weakness that had caused the accident. And as a result, the team was made even stronger under the banner of the kid who bested his big brother. Daya was gonna lose to this kid, so he got stupid and got himself killed. That became the explanation for what happened. Mundo's lie became the truth. He wanted to lead the team so bad he was willing to tell all kinds of lies about his brother.
俺は
I'm strong.
強い強い強い強い強い強い強い強い強い強い
Yet,
うぷぷ
as soon as our killing game began, he realized, no matter how tough he pretended to be, he was just another weakling that could die in an instant. And then the lovely, the hateful Monokuma announced the revealing of the embarrassing secrets. At that point, it was clear I would have no problem shedding light on his secret. Mondo killed his own brother. No matter what, I couldn't let the other gang members find out. If that happened, everything would have been ruined. Everything me and my brother had worked to create would have been destroyed. His death, all the guilt I'd been carrying around, it all would have been for nothing. So that's why.
俺は
Mondo. After I saw Monokuma hat on me, my head filled up with a kind of fuzzy uneasiness and just started swirling around. I never felt anything like it before.
俺は
I didn't know what to do about it. I wasn't sure what to think or say, but after a while, that fuzzy uneasiness turned itself into a rock-hard lump of anxiety way down in my stomach. And it was right around then that Chihiro asked me to start working out with him. And right there, he told me a secret. Seriously? Jesus.
ごめんなさい。
Yeah, I'm sorry I lied to you. But why? Why now? Why are you telling me this all of a sudden? Cause, I mean, you've kept that secret all this time, right? If anyone found out, you'd...
でも
You're right, but
変わりたいんだ。
I want to change. I've wrapped myself in lies. I'm weak. I want to destroy that version of me forever. His words were like a knife in my gut. I felt like he was exposing the lie I'd been living myself. I have to change. I don't want to be weak anymore.
でも
You're so strong. It can't hurt you, right? Whatever secret Monokuma might tell us.
てめ
So, what? You're saying I should just say it?
え
You're saying if I really am, I should just be able to tell everyone my secret? I was jealous. I was jealous of Chihiro's strength. He had the strength to face his own weakness, to try and overcome it. It was the kind of strength I've never had. So I was jealous of him. And that jealousy broke me.
え
You making fun of me? I'm strong? You fucking with me right now?
違うよ。
I'm not making fun of you. You really are strong, Mondo. I felt like I could hear something start to creak. Something inside my head. What did he want me to do? What was I supposed to do? What was I supposed to just sit back, let my secret be revealed and ruin everything?
どうしたの？
What's wrong?
てめ
Why did you have to tell me that? You trying to rub my failure in my face?
僕はただ
No, I just really admire you. I admire your strength.
え
That's
そう
right.
だよ
That's right. I am strong. Strong. I'm strong.
強い強い強い強い強い強い強い
Stronger than you.
なやろが
And stronger than Daya. I don't remember anything after that. When I woke up again, he was laying at my feet, covered in blood. I had the dumbbell in my hand. I was just staring at him, down on the ground. Hey,
俺は
I killed him.
殺した藤崎千尋を殺しちまった。いつまでたっても自分の弱さを克服できないせいで、そのせいでとんでもねえことをしちまった。
Mondo. He was normally so aggressive, so angry. He hid that weak side away from everyone. That was his secret. A weakness like that lived in a heart like his, and it turned him cold-blooded. God damn it. Look at him! You see? You're all just like him. For a secret from the past, for a memory. For that he killed another living human in cold blood. He couldn't cut free from his regrets from the outside world. He doesn't know what true strength is. Do you see hope anywhere in there? Because I sure don't. You bastard. Just shut up, you son of a bitch. Go ahead. Say that again. I dare you. Okay, I'll say it as many times as I want, is what I want to say, but
Boo, 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 boo.
unfortunately I can't do that right now because the time for punishing is fast approaching. Punishing?
まさか
You mean execution?
おやおやおやおや。
That's what I promised you, right? The blackened that disturbs the peace will be punished.
バカな
Hold on.
スペシャルなお仕置きを用意しました。
Now then, I have prepared a very special punishment for Mondo Oada, the ultimate biker gang leader. No, wait.
では張り切っていきましょう。
Let's give it everything
お
we've
仕
got.
置きタイム。
That was voice acted.
すまねえな兄貴。男同士の約束守れなかった。
Wait, where'd he go? How? How do you turn someone into butter? Holy shit. I think so far that's the most unbelievable execution. And there's only been 2 so far. Laugh at death and your soul will forever be at peace. It can't be. My brother. Another murder and another execution. I want to feel again. Everyone's lives are taken so lightly here. I feel like I might be going mad. Maybe I'll just let it happen. As Taka's sad screams invaded our skulls, we each were forced to realize once again. But he, of course, he had to. What a disappointment. This is the end of the game. Byakuya. You're completely insane, you know that? A game? One of our friends is dead, do you realize that?
当然だ。
Of course I do, because this game is life or death.
ね
I don't have anything to say to you. I don't have a response, except that
だけど
I just don't understand why. Why did you go out of your way to disguise Mondo's crime?
なんだ。
Isn't it obvious? Because it made things more interesting. His voice was calm, emotionless, like the voice of death. chilled me to the bone. Last night when the murder took place, I was in the library as usual.
ま
So you ignored the nighttime rule too? That rule never mattered to me. I don't recall agreeing to it.
仕方がありませんわね
I don't particularly care. Please continue. The night grew late and I decided to return to my room, which is when I stumbled upon him. I spotted Mondo coming out of the girls' locker room. After he'd gone, I looked inside and saw the corpse. You mean you actually witnessed the murder? He was such a fool. He didn't have the slightest idea that I'd seen him. So, you're saying you knew who the culprit was from the very beginning?
そうだ
Indeed. But if that had been the end of it, how boring would that have been? I mean, what a waste of time having the answer revealed right at the beginning. Which is why I decided to lend a little helping hand. I thought it would liven things up. You did all that to liven things up?
なるほどね
So after hearing about Genocide Jack from Toko, you decided to use that to create the fake murder scene.
けどよ
Damn, man. If we hadn't figured out who'd really done it, you would have been dead too, right? Well, obviously I would have revealed the truth before it reached that point. Of course. Byakuya turned and looked me in the eye. I could feel his sharp eyes piercing into me. Thanks to a certain remarkable someone, it never did. And I was able to perform an interesting experiment. Once
面白い
Once I do decide to become blackened, I now know who I'll have to watch out for.
そう
So that was your reason. Are you satisfied?
え
Yes, we're done listening to your story. Moving on.
えね
There's something I'd like to ask Monokuma.
おやおや
Oh, I'm up next?
あなたは
You like to perform these elaborate executions each time, correct? My question is why?
うぷぷぷ
Do you like them? But you know, this punishment, this despair, it's not just for you. All this punishment, all this despair is my gift to mankind itself.
何
You're over-exaggerating. I am not over-exaggerating. These punishments are meant to transform all hope into despair.
己
What do you mean?
は
Mean? Mean? Mean?
なんだよ
Mean. Good grief, I don't understand why you have to pick apart every little stupid thing. Whatever, it doesn't matter. In the end, I'm going to stand alone as the victor, and then everything will be revealed to me.
あわわ
Ah, the noble son of a noble family. Truly you understand me. I think this is the start of a terrifying friendship.
やめろ
Shut up. I would never stoop to the level of a childish criminal like you. Let me just say this. After I've achieved complete victory, you're up next. I'm going to find you and kill you. Understand?
戸上の名にかけて
In the name of the Togami family, for which victory is a foregone conclusion.
はしゃいじゃって
So cool! It's like you're the main character of a video game or something. No trash mob for you! I swear, whatever it takes, I will kill you.
うぷぷ
Temper. Sounds like someone needs a nap.
うぷぷぷぷ
Monokuma's laughter pealed across the courtroom, and the curtain closed on the case of Chihiro and Mondo. But I knew that wasn't the end. The killing game would still continue, because the mastermind wouldn't let it end. For those of us who were still alive, our worst fear and despair kept on multiplying. It was the kind of despair that felt like a blind puppy in hell had more future than us. All of our courage, our effort, our friendship, it felt like it amounted to nothing at all. It was the worst kind of despair.
いやはやそれにしてもだねいいペースだよこれってすごくいいペースだやっぱりさ膠着状態になる前に最初の殺人に及んだ彼女の功績が大きいよね一旦加速し始めたらあとはジェットコースターと一緒もう止まらない 恐怖と絶望は全てを凌駕するスピードで突き進む。でも残念なのは、せっかく連中の中に送り込んだ君の活躍の場がなくなってしまうことだよね。本来なら唇を切るのは君の役目だったんだけど、まあいいか、しょうがないから、君はそのまま学園生活を盛り上げてちょうだい。みんなそれを望んでるんだからね。
There's one thing I'd like to ask you. Yeah, I have no idea who you could possibly be talking to. Made you part of this. So either this is one of the people in the group, or this is someone behind the scenes that's actually putting this shit together for Monokuma to try and pull the strings for a murder to happen.
3サイズ以外の質問なら受け付けるよ。
Who is it? The 16th high school student, I mean.
うほー。いやはや、びっくらこいちまった。受付はしたけど、超却下だよ。鬼却下だよ。だってさ、それは僕の奥の手だもん。奥の手をあっさり他人に見せるバカはいないでしょ。いくら仲間同士といえどもさ。ふぷぷふぷぷぷぷ。
There's 10 left. Ay, vey.